We have a new background.
Oh, it's up now for this?
I'm 75% sure. Let's say
75% sure there's a background, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Huh? Yeah.
Check out the new space, guys. We really immerse ourselves in the...
Shout out to Basti for doing this.
Oh, yeah.
And
no, go ahead. It was. I'm just gonna say it was a really nice, like compromise for not doing it IRL. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That we do it and sort of like make it feel like we're doing it IRL.
The studio. And what what was the inspiration for how it looks?
Yeah, you sent me a green screen test when we were first like starting this up.
Sunset. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you sent me the link of that, and it looked so cozy. You were in like a Minecraft background.
Yeah.
If we could somehow get that, do you think that'll be up?
Yeah, I could ask. Yeah, it's because it was Sunset, so he can. Yeah.
Okay, hopefully he has it then, and he can link you it.
Yeah,
it was just like
really
this,
cozy.
like Minecraft living like room, like literally just in the game Minecraft. And I think there must have been some kind of like shaders involved because it looked really nice. And
you were really into
like,
it. You were like, "Ooh, let's use this."
it just looked so good. Your test looked so good, and I was like, it just gives you like the idea of that like there's depth in the room that you can see that just shit behind you. And
I think it's lighting, isn't it? Which we have behind us.
It's lighting that we have behind us.
Yeah, there's two cozy lights behind us.
Oh, yeah. That's what you mean. Yeah, there were Minecraft torches. Mm-hmm. We all know Minecraft torches, how they pop off.
It's a cozy feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, really nice. I actually always, when I'm walking around on the streets in Stockholm and it's night, whenever I look at buildings and think, oh God, that's beautiful, I always think about Minecraft.
Why?
Because you just said it's cozy.
Yeah, so
here I am opening up and you make fun of me.
Yeah, but you're like walking. You like go to vacation in Rome and you see the Colosseum and you're like, Minecraft. Yeah,
I could actually.
Oh yeah, Minecraft.
Actually, like that might be a moment where you think about Minecraft because of like how impressive stuff you can build in Minecraft, and the Colosseum is impressive.
Yeah, I remember there being remember when we had the LagX Minecraft server? Mm-hmm. There was a Colosseum.
We built a castle.
Yeah, but there was also a Colosseum on the side. And then I remember like all the moderators were like they had like flying enabled and stuff, of course. So then like there was like a community night where people fought.
What the hell are you talking about?
Remember, this is like long time ago.
What server is this? Do you mean our first server?
LagX Minecraft server.
Yeah, we had one where it was just us playing in the beta.
But no, this was open. This was open to community.
Oh, okay. And there was a Colosseum where people fought. There was a Colosseum where
people fought. Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw this.
All right, you were involved in your own fucking community Minecraft server.
It's kind of a shame. I feel like I missed out on something.
Yeah, probably.
I always wanted to
getting laid.
What? I only heard the second half of that.
You were probably outside getting laid.
Yeah, I was busy meeting all the women.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're busy crushing pussy.
Yeah, exactly. I always think about that first Minecraft server and how it would be fun to revisit it, but I would never stream that because I think there are just random signs around with sensitive words on them that teenagers might write.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some bad things.
Probably like some kind of like privacy stuff as well, just because we're like...
Yeah, like inside jokes between friends.
Exactly. We're like, it's just your full address there or something. Like you never know what you might find there, seriously.
I remember.
But it would be fun.
But I did make something I was really proud of in that server. It was, do you know what I'm going to say?
Cave of Wonders.
Yeah. Oh, God, like a true friend, I spent like 5 or 6 hours on, and I remember being surprised how it's a cave. It looked like the Cave of Wonders from Aladdin, where it's in the beginning he comes and he comes up, and he opens his mouth and you have to go down the stairs.
It's a little too guttural. Like you had too much slime going, man. You know, he's a big desert thing. Oh, really
Nice,
good.
right? Dry,
really
yeah.
good.
I had to swallow
really
first.
yeah, really good.
But I remember being really proud of it because it looked surprisingly good, in my opinion. Watch it. We're gonna have it behind me, and it's gonna look
love
shit.
that. Would fucking love it. We just like go back and see how actually awful it was. Like you suck. I mean, you suck. So like really, really, there could be some like it's just like 2 pieces of like sand and dirt up at the top, and you're like, it's just eyes, man. It's just fucking eyes, bro.
I mean, like this took 5. I remember it was like 5 or 6 hours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were working on it the whole night.
Yeah. I swear I did like an all-nighter. I was up until like 6 a.m. and then the next day I remember showing you guys. I was like, check it out, guys. What I did.
But it also wasn't there redstone involved.
I think I used redstone for the eyes, maybe. Again, what if it's behind just not that?
Yeah, it's just like, would you? Well, you're actually able to like load the server and go on it.
I have the server.
You have everything you need
on like, my old PC.
Well, there
which
you
is
go. You're
out at the summer house.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Wow, are you challenging me?
Yeah, I'm challenging you.
I have it. I 100% know that it's on the desktop of that computer. It's a really old computer from like 2010.
You're gonna go all the way out there. Are you gonna take that PC?
Bring it here.
And like
Imagine
bring
the
it here,
memories on there.
load it up.
The
Oh
relic
yeah, oh
from
my
the
god.
past.
Imagine right now, it's you traveling. It's just like a silent traveling video of you, like on your boat. You're going there and like shaky camera, and it's like you're going up to the fucking house and opening the door and like
dusting off the PC.
Yeah,
I swear to you,
really impressive.
I swear to you, because I've been thinking about it for the last 7 years.
I wouldn't make you waste your time like that.
Waste my time. It would be a precious moment for an aging man.
I guess it is relatively close, actually.
Yeah. God, yeah. It's not that big of a trip to get there.
Yeah, but would you take your boat? Would you like?
No, I'd just take the boat, the public transportation boat. What?
This one that goes from your island to the other island?
No, but you know, it's not that far to drive from here to get there.
Oh, yeah,
without doxing myself.
Yeah, I forgot you could drive now.
Yeah, I can drive now.
Yeah.
Is it weird to think of me driving?
No, just because like driving is not like a impressive thing.
It's beneath you. Yeah,
it is beneath me.
No.
And honestly, I'm more shocked it took you this long.
Yeah, I think it was just because I didn't want to.
And I respect that. My brother is the same. He's like, if he really, really needs a ride, he'll ask me or my dad.
That's what you respect, that he's freeloading off of your skills?
A little bit, because he's just like, I don't need to do that. Like he's totally fine taking the train and the bus everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
And then if he needs like he's asked me maybe like 3 times in my entire life to drive him somewhere.
Fine. Yeah, that's
so he's just like, he totally doesn't need it. And when he does, he's like, can you help? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I got it now because I'm not living in the city anymore, so it makes more sense not to have it. But before,
not yet though.
Huh?
You have a little, not yet though, right? You got a little bit of an announcement you want to make.
I'm really confused.
No, I'm kidding, man. You don't have to sell your place.
Oh, I see. I had no idea what avenue we were going down.
No. That's why we're not the perfect duo anymore, man. We got to practice.
Yeah, it's past us. Yeah.
We're on the same page.
You threw me off with that. I was gonna say something. Thread's gone? Huh? Never mind.
You were talking about going out, the computer, driving, don't dox yourself. All right.
Gone. Move on.
What do you want to talk about?
Do you want to do the homework?
Yeah, we do that. I could
All
go
right.
first.
Huh?
I could go first.
Okay, so I asked Richard to bring do some homework for this. I thought it'd be fun to. I don't know why I thought of this actually. The thought hit me, and I thought it'd be fun to look up to find what. It doesn't have to be what we consider the biggest asshole, but just like that's what I wrote. Find the biggest asshole in history. You know, like. But
There's so
who
many.
isn't Hitler?
Yeah, or like.
Because Hitler wasn't nobody goes, Hitler, well, you could, but like, Hitler wasn't an asshole. Hitler was like, you know, he was more than that. He was.
I'm sure he was an
leader.
asshole. Like,
No,
to
but
some
he was.
people. He was an inspiration, man.
No, but he was, you know, I feel like it's to understate it to call him an asshole, right? So,
But
in
exactly.
my head, it was about like finding people who are like, this guy was a real dick, dude. This guy was a real jerk.
But and it's also boring to do something like some like CEO of a pharma company
Yeah.
who drove up prices of insulin
Obviously,
to $3,000. It's like
Yeah.
it's not really fun.
No, it's not creative.
No, so it's got to be something that comes a little bit out of left field. You know, makes you a little bit impressed. Now we bleep this because my first thought was what I thought like it's a little too real and like.
But he was a bit of he was controversial, no? Like,
Yeah, but for a little bit of pedophile reasons.
oh, I
Like,
see.
did you know that?
No, I haven't read up on that.
Exactly, which is why. So
Tell me about
I
it.
didn't do that. No. After. My other thought was about this doctor who he wasn't the asshole, but once I started reading into it, like it was a little bit more complex, and I didn't want to like shame anybody or something. This doctor that was like, he noticed that like, I think it was like a colleague of his died after like handling a cadaver, a dead body, and then he like operated on somebody after, and like he cut his finger and got like a really bad infection, and then there's this
How
like
did his colleague die?
his colleague is the one who cut himself during an operation. And,
Okay.
like, he had handled dead bodies, and then this Hungarian doctor like realized there's like a connection. I mean, this is like 1800s, so nobody was like, basically his thing was wash your hands after like you like are touching dead bodies and shit. And then he like the mortality rate
Because
for
of his
babies-
because of the guy who died, he then said, "Oh, we got to wash our hands, guys. Like, this guy died."
I think that's the inception of his idea, or you know, and the mortality rate for babies went from like 12%, or infants at birth, like went from 12% to like 2%. So he's really credited with being like this like savior, you know.
Okay.
And when he first said this thing about washing your hands, his other colleagues like roasted him for it. And they were like really like they all thought it was the stupidest
Called him
thing
a
in the
pussy.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then years like after he died, then another doctor like confirmed that theory. So after his death, it was confirmed that it was blah blah. And his colleagues also put him like in an insane asylum, where he like suffered an injury that he died from. You know.
Because he wanted them to wash their hands?
Yeah, so they put him in an insane asylum. But there's a lot of like, there's a lot of different like, stuff about it. So I was unsure about it.
Yeah.
So what I ended up choosing.
So this is just a throwaway. So
this is just. I just wanted
you
to.
just got deep into it.
Exactly. Here's my choice. I'm linking you a video. I don't know how much of this we can show.
No,
see.
fuck it. Let's watch it.
Do you know how much of an asshole this guy is?
I've seen clips, yeah. He always looks so fucking pretentious.
It's so funny how Gordon Ramsay is known for being the guy that yells. He puts the bread and he's like, Like, what are you? You're an idiot sandwich. Like, say it. What are you? And she's like, I'm an idiot sandwich. And then he's like being super fucking crazy in the kitchen. But this guy,
Somehow
he's the
beats it.
biggest fucking asshole I've seen in my fucking life, dude. He's such a piece of shit. It's so funny how bad he is. And then you see the like children's Master Chef, which is
I've seen clips, yeah.
yeah, which it's a bunch of different assholes in their own league there. Not the kids, but the parents who are making their content, right? and he's just such a fucking dick to the kid. And it is really funny. I'll give him that. It's really funny, but
Okay. I want to watch this. Oh god. You see this?
yeah.
I'm supposed to eat this? Really?
As a kid, I'm supposed to eat this.
Was just a letdown.
I'm a judge here, so why don't you let me...
No, this can't be real.
I don't have to do.
The fact that you're not even thinking of playing this game properly is really annoying. I mean, I'm gonna taste this.
You gotta be kidding me. Slim, this is like a buffet gone bad. Go back.
No, this isn't real, dude. This isn't real.
No, it's real. It's real. This is
No.
how he is on the show. This is how he is on the show.
Yeah, but not against the kids.
Yeah, against the kids.
This is an edit.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not tasting this crap.
Oh yeah, that's why it sounds.
You guys
No, but
have to, at this point in the competition, you need to be listening to what we're telling you.
You think he's fucking...
no. But there are clips of him being a real douchebag to these kids. But even if
Yeah.
it's not to the kids, the fact that he feels the need to be so degrading sometimes, you know, just because he's a judge on this cooking show.
Yeah.
And chefs are known to be like huge assholes.
I've
in
seen
general.
clips of this guy, and he it's funny how you can have different kinds of style, because Gordon Ramsay somehow can be a dick while still he respects people for the right moves, and then if someone's an ass, he calls it out. And when he's a dick, he does it for the show, but he does it well. Whereas this guy just ends up being like, he'll usually say stuff he just seems like, I don't know, he hasn't proven himself, right? And so it just feels...
Yeah, well, that too, right? Who even knew?
Who is this guy?
Kind of that thought, like, who is this guy? Like,
Who the fuck is this guy?
who the fuck does he think he is? That's crazy.
Yeah. All I know of him is the clips where he's being really judgmental. And I've never seen him actually be a good chef. Whereas Gordon Ramsay, I've seen be a good chef. And so when he's being a dick, I respect it.
Yeah, like when there's a challenge to cut the meat off of this like salmon, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
debone this chicken or whatever. Then usually it's Gordon Ramsay that does it.
Do you ever
And
think
he's all-
those
you
Gordon
know.
Ramsay... yeah, you mean the one where he's blind, right? You seen that one?
Oh yeah, that one too.
blindfolded?
That's just like, okay, come on, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever think when he's doing those where he's reacting to what's it called? Kitchen Nightmares or what? No, not Kitchen. Is that the one where he goes to restaurants and tries to help them?
Yeah, Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah. And he tries and he's like, this is absolutely abysmal. You know. Do you think it's as bad as he makes it out to be?
I think it can be, but what I wonder is like, is the food at that level? Like, do they go there and they're like, hey, we're gonna remodel your entire thing, like a ton of customers will come in and stuff, we're gonna do this all for free, it's gonna be like amazing promo for your restaurant, but you have to make this food like even worse than you actually do.
No.
So some producer will go in there and be like, so like
Maybe they sabotage you.
just like can you just send it out to him raw? Like, is that like I'm just like, listen, we're gonna remodel your entire kitchen and like upgrade your setup so fucking much, but all you gotta do is send it out to him raw.
All you have to do is like, can you like microwave this raw potato
Yes.
and then like say that it's cooked to him? Like, because sometimes I feel like they say that kind of stupid stuff, or they serve it so stupidly that like I could believe your
Exactly.
theory.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I mean, all these like American reality shows are like, I mean, that's all scripted, right?
Yeah, I think some of it is. Some of them are just idiots.
Yeah, there's a contestant on MasterChef who he was like they were doing like a baking something sweet, and then he went to go present it to the judges, and then it was salty. He used salt instead of sugar. And this guy was recently on like someone's stream, and he was like, "That shit is fake. Like, I did not. Like, why the fuck would I mistake salt for sugar? You know, it was something really stupid, but it was just played up for the show."
I wonder if he was claiming. I wonder if he got like told to do it, or if they set him up. They're like, "There's lots of salt in this," and he's like, "What? No, like it's sugar."
I mean, I think it was set up. Like,
Yeah, sure.
I'm talking out of my ass, but there's a guy like famously in the show. He has like white hair. He's an older guy with like white long hair and glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look into it if you're interested. But there is more in this video where even if he's not saying it to a kid, he's like just being such a fucking dick.
So
He's like,
this guy is your nomination.
yeah, he's such a
For
fucking
the
asshole.
biggest dick in history.
Yeah, well, no. If I had to
this
find
guy.
a bigger dick, I probably could.
Yeah.
But I mean, this
I
guy.
love that you picked this guy because he annoys you so much.
Yeah, no, I mean, look at him. He's there like, you expect me to eat this? This kid is like crying, and he's like 8 years old.
Why? You're really setting up a scenario that didn't happen. You're like, ah, man, he's in front of this like crying kid, like as if it's actually happening.
But this kid right here, you're saying this first clip here.
I'm supposed to eat this?
That's not real
Really?
too.
No, look at his lips. Look at his lips. I don't know.
There wasn't a problem there. In the other clips, there's like syncing issues that I do agree with. But this one in particular, go somewhere in the middle. He's like talking about how cutesy some.
Misty-eyed with us, like, oh, poor me again, I got screwed up, and I'm getting tired of it.
I'm not here to eat raw flour.
Like you see, this is
raw
edit.
garlic.
You know what it is? It's garbage is what it is. What you did on that dish is inappropriate and ultimately kind of
That's so
disgusting.
good.
It's a funny edit, to be fair.
Yeah, but even then, he's like, you know what this is? This right here is fucking garbage. You expect me to eat this shit, you fucking dumbass?
Yeah. When he
I'm
said
Joe
that at some point.
Something.
Bastianich.
Yeah, exactly.
Bastianich. Come on, man.
You say it like a real Swede as well.
Yeah, Bastianich.
Bastianich.
Can I give my dick? It's going to be a real contrast to this guy.
I think, that's all I got.
Okay. Okay.
An applause, please.
My
All
guy.
right, Tio, show us what you got, man. Because
My
this is your idea. I'm expecting something pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I look deep on the internet to find the guy who I truly think is an absolute dick.
Okay.
Oh, can you see this? No, you can't see this. My guy is Crassus.
Marcus Crassus.
Mm-hmm. Do you know about this? Do you know where I'm going? I'll tell you.
No, not entirely.
Just curious, yeah. He I was about to say employed. He got about 500 slaves who were architects and builders who knew how to do that stuff. And then he would go to burned down houses, or sometimes even houses that were currently burning down. And these were his firefighters. And he would say that he would, if they were currently on fire, he wouldn't help them, and using his firefighters, he wouldn't take care of the fire unless they sold the house to him for dirt cheap. And only then would he use his slaves to take out the fire if it was on fire, or he'd go up to those that had already burnt down. He'd buy it dirt cheap and then have it rebuilt using his slaves. And this is how he became one of the richest people in history. So he would...
So considering my guy versus your guy. Okay.
The contrast is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, this is shocking. So he would buy these houses like dirt cheap, and he'd target burnt down houses. And sometimes it would be blocks of houses. And yeah, and also sometimes I read that they would be mid-burning and he wouldn't help them unless they sold his house to him. And then he'd rebuild them, he'd fix it, and then sometimes he would rent it back to them for a really high price.
He gives it back, in a way. It's not bad. It's not a bad guy, man.
So through this way, he became obviously one of the most rich people in like history. I'd almost say, you know. Like,
I mean, is this the same? What was his name?
Spartacus, the general.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yep.
Even
what he did, man.
Yeah, even like before, I knew this. I just knew he was a bad guy, man.
Just because he went against Spartacus, yeah.
Exactly.
Stop the rebellion and whatnot.
Kind of gives you a little bit of like a perspective there, you know. One was a slave, and one was this
genius.
fucking asshole who did this awful shit.
And it is said, this can't be confirmed, but people say that this is where the term fire sale comes from.
Ooh, nice.
Which I thought was a funny detail. I can't confirm if that's true. I couldn't find any but
cool.
But people will say like, that's where fire sale comes from.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That makes me think of Called Zombies.
Yeah, true. Anyway, so he's my dick. And you know, it's funny. I read about this and I thought, he's a massive asshole. He's horrible for doing this, you know?
Pretty bad.
But he's kind of smart. You know, like in a time where they didn't have firefighters, he figured it all out. And he made a shitload of money on it. So in a way, he's a huge asshole. But honestly, he's kind of creative as well. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, to take that mindset, then I think maybe it's kind of like normal. Like, I mean, slaves were normal, and like, this type of like ambitious assholery probably was somewhat normal.
Yeah.
If someone did that now, they go to jail. You know,
if someone got 500 slaves, they'd just
even
go
without
to jail.
the slaves, even without, if you and I go to this like building that's on fire and there's a kid in there burning and like, someone save my kid, and we're like, we could, if you sell, get your realtor here, you sell to us this place, and then we'll go in and save it. It's like, that must be illegal in some way.
Yeah.
You can't just get away with something like that.
Yeah. Surely like a law against not helping in a way.
Knowing this, do you go, like, you get transported back into that time and you get that opportunity
To be Crassus.
Do you take his idea first? Yeah. One of the richest men in history, you said.
Yeah, true. And he's dead now, so it doesn't matter to him.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And back then, like, everything was pretty great. Well, it was pretty bad, but I mean, like, if you have all that money, you can do anything you want.
In all honesty, if I would teleport, go back in time right now, like, I'm there, and I find myself at an auction with money in my hand. Like, no, I don't think I could do that. How fucked up would it be if I'm just like, yes, over here. Like,
it takes you no time to like assimilate to that culture. You're like, he looks strong. Yeah. I'll take him.
Yeah, my mindset just, how much does he know about, is he an architect? Can he build?
Some of the women too. We take some of the women.
I just scarily fast. I'm back. I'm back. I'm in that mindset. So anyway, he's my biggest asshole. I had my runner-up was my runner-up was Charles Dickens.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. From what I read, now I didn't, because he wasn't my go-to guy, I didn't write it all down and go through it. But he basically had like 10 sons and didn't really like them very much and stuff. And then he left his wife for a much younger woman. And over the course of the rest of their life, he only ever sent her 3 letters, never saw them again or anything. He just left that life. Even on like a day when one of his kids died, he didn't go and stuff. It was just never.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Pretty dick move, to be honest. Again, we go back to Joe Bastianich.
But I mean, Joe Bastianich, man. This
yelling
fucking
at
guy
people
is too much, man. The way he talks to some of these people, dude, he's like, I mean, sometimes he'll go up to a plate, have some, and be like, "You're a joke. You're a fucking disgrace." Like, and then not let any of the other judges try it. Empty the fucking plate into the trash and be like, "You're done." Be like, "All right, well, how about the rest of us, man?" Or he'll really hate something, and then Gordon Ramsay will step up and be like, "It's not that. Okay, this is good." You know what I mean? And like when he's in the room and he makes, and like we understand that Gordon Ramsay is a really nice guy because he does a bunch of other content where he like can prove that he is a really nice person, and he like is empathetic, but this guy doesn't have that opportunity. You know what I mean? I'll give him that. That like if he had a different show, then maybe he would be okay. But just even look at the way the guy dresses, man.
Yeah,
He's got that fucking handkerchief in the pockets.
Yeah, he's
What
up
a
there for
fucking
you.
asshole.
We got Crassus with his 500 slaves
Yeah.
buying houses and refusing to take care of fires and stuff until they sell them. Then we
Hitler was
have
cheating.
Dickens, who leaves his whole
Yeah.
family, never sees him again. You know, and then there's
Well, I had the
this
doctor.
fucking chef.
Well, the colleagues of the doctor who
yeah,
we can't
You know,
really confirm.
I would argue for them that it's just a sign of the times. They didn't know any better.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, like they commit him to a insane asylum against his will, and they're like, "You'll be here from now on."
If that's true, if I'm God and they show up at if they show up at the pearly gates and that's what they did,
Tell me.
I would forgive them. Because they thought that the guy was legitimately crazy. I'd give them a chance. I'd say, you know, he wasn't crazy, right? Like if you wash your hands, like bacteria, blah, 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 blah. And they're listening to this, and I'm God telling them this. If they then go, "Oh shit, yeah, we messed up. Sorry, guy." You know, he's probably still alive down there, you know. And if they say that, then I let them in. But if Crassus shows up and I'm God and I'm like, "Hey man, these 500 slaves, that's not right. They have their own free will. And you know, the houses you bought, like, these were all dick moves. What do you have to say for yourself?" And he goes, "Yeah, sorry about that." I still wouldn't let him in because he knew what he was doing.
But when this guy was in the insane asylum, like the orderlies, maybe, I don't know, they beat his ass.
Are you making shit up?
No, they beat his ass. They fucking beat his ass, dude. I did mention it in the beginning.
But the original? Why is that the original doctor's fault?
It's not the original doctor's fault. The people who worked there beat his ass.
Wait. Wait. The doctors, his colleagues, were like, "Oh, you're crazy. You're gonna go to an insane asylum where we happen to work, and that's where we're gonna beat your ass."
That I don't know. But his ass got beat. And then he suffered an injury that he then later died from a few days later or something.
Okay, but if I trip you, you end up going to the hospital for a broken foot, and I'm like, "Ah, shit, sorry." And then an insane man walks into the room there and kills you with a gun. Is it then my fault that you died?
No, but what if behind the scenes you're like, "Listen, how about you beat this guy's ass a little bit?" Okay, like I tripped him, but I want something worse.
Well, I hire the gunman in the hospital.
Yeah, just to come beat my ass a little bit.
Oh, and then he shoots you.
No. he injures me in such a way that if I went to go get medical care, I could live, but without medical care, I die.
I've forgotten the point of this.
Me too, man. You know, honestly, if you're God and you're up at the pearly gates and you're like, "Hey, listen, this and this and this and such, you were wrong about this because of this." No matter what it is, if it's me, no matter what it is, it's God telling me. I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, you're so right, man. Oh my God, I was totally right."
Yeah, but he can sense if you're sucking up to him.
Okay, so he has this new power then, huh?
What do you mean this new power?
You
It's
are.
God.
You know what you are? You're the kid who, when we're playing like superpowers, you're the kid who has every superpower.
No, it's
You're just,
God.
No, I had that power too. I had it the whole time.
Do you think it's as easy as when you arrive at the pearly gates to just be able to go, yeah, you're right, I was wrong. And you could just lie to him and he's like, oh, fair enough, come in then. Like,
course,
obviously he can
man.
sense if you're lying. That's the whole point of arriving at the pearly gates. You're meant to absolve yourself of your sins, all of that. It's not as easy as just going, yeah, you're right, man. Let me in.
So why doesn't Crassus also do that? Why does he
In my
go?
opinion, if I'm God.
Okay. Peter
No,
Petrelli
the only reason
over
I say
here,
that
man.
is
Peter
because
Petrelli. That's you. You know what I mean? Do you understand the reference?
Wahoo.
Peter Petrelli or Peter Petrelli?
Remind
Playing
me.
superheroes. He's from Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, and
he has every power.
He has everyone's. Yeah, sucks.
Every
Yeah,
power.
I hate
That's
it.
you. That's
Yeah.
you. My power is actually
No,
that
no.
I absorb all the powers.
The
That's
reason
you,
I
man.
said
why
it's-
does Crassus get to go to the pearly gates and be like an asshole about it, but everybody else is not an Joe
get to.
Bastianich is not an asshole about it. Marcus Crassus was almost definitely a really like God-fearing man.
Guy. Yeah.
So he probably goes up there and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, was that really bad?" And he's like, "Yeah, that was really bad. Oh, I'm so sorry. Absolve me of my sins." You forgive him.
No. He goes to hell. He goes to hell.
That's your.
And the
you know
reason
what? That's your personal vendetta against Crassus.
my personal
You
vendetta.
have a personal beef with him.
No. The reason I said in my version of it is because certain religions, all you have to do, no matter what you've done, is just like, I'm sorry, God. And then they're like, yeah, now you're allowed into heaven. For my God, that's not enough. It's about your intentions and how much good you did in your life versus bad. And, I don't know that much about Crassus, but other than the firefighting thing, I know that he was part of the reason that the rebellion for Spartacus didn't work out, And so to me, those two big things, pretty bad things, You could argue he was misinformed on the whole slavery thing, and he's a general.
Yeah.
But when he's going up, but the move of going up to a guy who's crying in front of his house on fire, going, "Please help me," and he goes, "Sell me it. I will give you nothing for it. Some food for the day. Sell me, and I will save your house." That to me is not
Feeding
him
the
being
homeless.
misinformed.
What a hero! Feeding the homeless. Man. He's really out here doing all of God's work.
I don't think God's gonna fall for that.
You got a personal beef with Crassus, man.
I think-
it's because of Spartacus.
I think Crassus wins for biggest asshole.
But like amongst our choices, yes.
Yeah. But if we're not including Hitler and like the more obvious guys, he's it. He wins.
For now, maybe
One
we
day
do
you're
like
gonna
a
I
yeah, we
found
do like a
someone worse.
tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we have like a bunch of like guys listed up or women, like in a brackets.
So
You know what I mean? There's two brackets on either side,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just like they go from like quarterfinals, semifinals, and to the finals, and then we finally have one finals where the two biggest assholes from each side of the bracket meet.
It's Crassus and then obviously Joe, right?
Joe Busty. Dude, he's such a fucking dickhead. I could never watch that show because of just how
Yeah.
pretentious
Or
he is.
could you? You could hate watch it.
No, I don't hate watch.
Everybody hate watches a little.
I know, I really cannot hate watch.
It stress you out too much.
Yeah.
Mm.
I tried to watch there was a new season of the Kardashians. It used to be called Keeping Up with the Kardashians,
Mhm.
and then it was just called The Kardashians. And it was on like Disney Plus or something.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. And then I thought like, it would be interesting to watch just to see how awful it is. And then just we maybe watched one episode, and then the second episode comes around, and I'm like I'm giving up on life basically watching it. They're literally sucking my life energy out of me. And that's how they sustain their youth. They put it through it. They put it on the TV, and then like they suck it out of me as I'm sitting there. I'm like Kylie's like they're calling her like self-made and shit, and I'm like, no, like, am I the only one who thinks like she's not self-made?
Was it the one? Is it a new one? It's not. Kanye's not in it.
No, he was in the first season of this.
Did you
They were
watch
still
that?
together. No. What's really interesting about that show though is that there's teasers for it happening all the time. It's like they announced that they were filming the show, and then like all this like Kanye Pete Davidson started happening, you know, and then you're like we're seeing it in just like in media, but what are they saying about it on their show? Like I really want to watch to see what they say about it.
So smart.
And then Kim Kardashian, of course, is always in controversy. She was on some interview and she was like roasting women for not working hard enough.
I saw that. Yeah.
And then but then you're like, she said that while they're filming the show. So like, what did she mean? I have to watch that fucking show to see what she meant. You know what I mean? It's genius.
So
it's
did you?
Genius, man. I tried.
Oh, that was you trying. Yeah.
That was me trying, and then like, and then like Travis Barker marries Courtney, and then like
you know too much about this.
yeah.
Impressing
I do.
me, actually.
Yeah. But and then you're like, you're watching them trying to arrange the surprise, and then some really minor inconvenience happens, and they're like, it's all ruined. Like the entire day is ruined. And then like the editing as well is also just like so hard to watch. So I cannot hate watch. I cannot.
Fair. Yeah.
You're wrong.
I respect it, actually. Yeah. I mean, I can't hate watch. So, well, I probably can. I just don't. I don't think I have the time. I don't know. If I'm like, oh, I got 2 hours, let's go chill. I'm not gonna be like, let's watch this and get annoyed.
But that's exactly it. That kind of stops me from watching movies sometimes too.
Really?
Like, if like this movie, The Help, for instance. This is just a random example in my head. It's about like these two black women in, you know, I don't know what age, but they were like slaves basically. They were in a very racist time. And then like these white women own them, and they're like, and like something happens, and they call the police, and the police beat their ass and stuff. And it's like, it's obvious. I'm sure it's a great movie, but like, I'm just gonna get mad. Like, why would I put on something that's just gonna make me mad?
Yeah, I really feel you on this, man.
Yeah,
because I know exactly what you mean, because I had the same feeling about Jeffrey Dahmer. I put off watching Jeffrey Dahmer for the longest time. Because I know about the story of... There's a famous story of Jeffrey Dahmer where one of his victims runs away. Out on the street. And then he finds some policemen, and he's like, oh my God, this guy's trying to kill me, blah, blah, blah. And they bring the guy back to the apartment, so he shows them. And then he's like, oh, this is just my boyfriend, and we're doing gay stuff. Like, and blah, 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 things go on. And then they hand the victim back to him. And I knew about that story. I knew that happened. And so like the idea of watching a whole show based off of that kind of annoying stuff, of how a guy gets away with this stuff, I thought I'd get so mad watching it. Eventually I got around to it and I watched it. Because I said this, and a friend was like, you won't get that annoyed. Like, it's pretty good. I did get annoyed, but it was worth it. It was good. It was good. It was just a couple of episodes that annoyed me. Yeah, I just I don't know what else. I mean, I didn't get mad. I'm not like, what the fuck? Like, this is like, you know, decades ago. Like, but like just like, oh, fucking idiot cops. You know, like
they're like they instantly believe this
the white man.
Well, random white guy who's like, relax, man. Like, trust me. No. He's in character right now as we speak. Exactly. Begging you to save him.
He's just drunk, guys. It's okay. Yeah. It pisses me off. Yeah. But so I vibe with what you said about like how you're like, oh, it's these kind of movies where you just get like sad and like mad.
Do you know any anybody who really loves like
Jeffrey Dahmer.
murder, no, like murder, serial killer documentaries and like those type of movies.
Not that I know of, no.
No, I don't either. But I'm totally there with the fact that women love it for some reason. like there are girls that I follow at least who are like obsessed with fucking serial killer stuff.
And you think it's a red flag?
I don't know. Maybe. No. Maybe because it's like
battling yourself.
But it's like why are you so like what is it about this like subject that people love? If your siblings were like brutally murdered, you know, and then they made a movie about it, and everyone's like, "This movie's awesome."
And it's
Give
named
this
after
guy
the killer.
an award.
Yeah, it's named after
exactly.
The murderer as well.
The murderer is, John
Hans.
Terry.
Yeah, John Terry. No.
and it's like John Terry, and then Leonardo DiCaprio plays him, and everyone's like, Leonardo, you've done it again, man. And then you're
I'm there like 70 years old, still can't live with myself, like
you're
really
fucked.
struggling. Yeah.
That's
It is kind of
probably that's probably why I don't indulge in that stuff.
So is it okay if it's been long enough? If it's something that happened 100 years ago?
I don't know, but
Like the Titanic, right? You could say the same thing about that. It's a fucking tragedy. And now people are just like, such a good movie, man.
Titanic. Oh, babe. That ending with Rose and Jack. My God. So romantic.
He never fails. Director. What's his name?
Steven Spielberg.
No, the other guy.
Isn't it?
Avatar.
James Cameron.
James Cameron, he never misses. Always bet on James Cameron, And it's just this horrible tragedy where so many people died,
The thing is, I saw like leading up to the series that came out about Dahmer that the families that are still affected by it are like, please stop. So like that is the difference for me. If a movie about the Titanic was coming out now, like not Titanic 2, obviously, like a remake of Titanic.
Wasn't there a Titanic 2, actually?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah. But
What
just some
could that even be
random guy,
about? Yeah. But if those families that are affected by that now are like, please don't do this. Like, we don't need this spread out over like all the talk shows that they watch and like all the podcasts that they listen to. Everyone's talking about it. All their friends are like, maybe they have some friend who's like an idiot and they're like, you guys see this Dahmer show that came out, man? Like, it's really fucking good. They're sitting there like, oh yeah. Like, you don't remember that my brother was killed and brutally fucking slashed up?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, that there's a block there for me.
Yeah.
I can't justify exactly why, but for that reason.
I think there's a timing to it because like I don't think I really care that they made a movie about Titanic. I'm not like, that's horrible because it was so long ago, right? But then you imagine they do the same thing with 9/11 right now. I know there has been some 9/11 movies, but like I think they've been really respectful of it. From what I've heard, anyway. I haven't watched them, but I think it's about like the heroes and whatnot. But imagine if they did like a love story of 9/11 right now, like God. I think, can you imagine that? Like, I think
there is a movie like that.
No.
Not about 9/11. Not like 9/11 is not so bad actually. Yeah. But it's like it's called Remember Me. It's with Robert Pattinson. It's like a.
Does it take place in the towers and then like?
Well, this is a spoiler for the movie, but I mean, it's like a rom-com from like 2000.
It's a rom-com set in the day of 9/11.
No, it's not a rom-com. It's a it's a drama romance thing. Yeah. And at the end of the movie, Robert Pattinson dies in 9/11. It's not funny, but I mean, the ending of the movie is that he dies in 9/11. So it's like a romance movie.
But why? Why did
I don't know.
Why did they make that movie?
No idea. But just to your point, they did.
What? Okay.
I can't
I really question
explain
it.
why.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's like,
The movie ideas start with them going, you know what, I have a great ending for a movie we need to write. Like, he dies in 9/11. And then let's make a story from... Or were they making a love story and they were like, can't figure out how to end this, man.
how do we end this?
Yeah,
man?
they're like, hold up, I've got a great idea. You know, which way did that go? Either one is horrible to me. Like, I don't imagine they did it very tastefully. It just feels
think
forced.
I think you start with the premise of
No, I didn't have it.
no, of like it's a romance movie, but at the very end, it becomes a movie about something completely else. You know?
Yeah, I think I'd get really annoyed in the cinema if that happens.
Yeah, like I was kind of annoyed when I first saw Shutter Island.
Oh.
Because I was
You wouldn't spoil
and that I won't spoil. That
Okay,
I won't
yeah,
spoil because
no.
it's a very fucking good movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Because it yeah.
Despite when it came out, if you haven't seen it right now, you shouldn't get it spoiled.
Yeah.
You should go watch
But I
it.
didn't know anything about the movie. Went in, saw it, and came out like annoyed.
Mm.
But now in hindsight, it's like, goddamn, what an experience!
Yeah.
Like you don't get to go into a movie theater anymore without knowing what you're gonna see, and then having it totally flipped on you.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I avoid movie trailers completely because I love that experience of not knowing what I'm gonna get to see. And then sometimes that happens. My expectations, like I'll be a third into the movie thinking I know what this movie's going to be about, and then aliens pop up, and everyone else will just be like, "Oh, they're the aliens that this movie's about." But I'll be like, "What? Like, I was not expecting this. Like, I thought it was about him and his daughters. You know, like." So I like that experience of not knowing what's going to come up, or like the classic where they tell all the best jokes in the trailer, and so it's a comedy, and then you're just like, "Well, here's the My Name Is Jeff thing that we've all seen." You know, like.
Or there's like Shazam 2, you know.
I wanted to say, it's funny what you mentioned about women. I forgot you were
much I
saying
love and
about
respect
women
them.
and serial killers, right? And that you respect them. Yeah.
And I love and I celebrate them, honestly.
Yeah, as we all do. Yeah.
Of course.
What's her name? Bobby Netflix. Bobby
Netflix, yeah.
Bobby Netflix. Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby Sarah. Bobby Millie
Sarah
Brown.
Bobby Netflix. Millie Bobby Brown.
What?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown. Thank you. She did like, I remember she was involved in controversy because she did like a story basically like, I love the guy from You.
Yeah.
I've forgotten his name.
There's the actor's Penn Badgley.
Yeah. Who, what's the name of the character though? The guy.
You.
Hello, You. His name's
His name's You. he's always talking to himself. So he's a hello you.
Hello, You. It's a mirror. That could totally be like, I could see him doing like a Saturday Night Live skit, and it's that.
Yeah. We just gave it to them. There
Yeah, honestly, take it, guys, take it.
yeah.
But
we
him,
got tons of these ideas.
Penn Badgley, is always in interviews being like, "I'm a creep." Like he's like, and I think that probably made him way more about that. Like he hates his character basically. There's these interview compilations where he's always just like, "I'm a dick," like I'm a murderer, and like the interviewer will be like, "So, what's your favorite? Do you think that blah blah blah? What's his name, dude? You, Mr. You? Do you think that he can be absolved? You know?" And he's like, "No, like he's a murderer."
Wait, what has he done? Yeah, exactly.
And there's just a compilation of him basically just shitting on his character and being like, "Nobody should look up to me. Like I'm a terrible person." So
I do remember that. That entire thing. She was like, he's so
Millie Bobby
like,
Brown.
Yeah, he's so like fiercely protective and like, or like he's so passionately in love. He'll do anything for you. Like that's what I like. And it's like, okay, but like when he's like putting people in this glass box, that's not good, right? Like, you understand, right? Brown. She was also like really. Well, you know, cut her some slack. She was super young, but she was also a flat earther at some point.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Like, no, Earth's flat. Yeah, it's like it can't be round. It's like no, trust me, babe. Trust me, Millie Bobby.
And that's the problem with social media, isn't it? I bet you, I mean, like,
She
kids
gets all
and
of her
teenagers
info
have always
there,
been
yeah.
idiots. You and I had,
Well, yeah, of course.
you know, I mean, I looked at an old stream of mine on YouTube. I used to stream on YouTube back in like 2011, 2012. And and at one point I'm doing a Q&A after we have done an open lobby in COD. And someone in the comments is like, "Hey, what do you think about abortion?" And I'm like 14, 15 at this point. And I'm like, I'm conflicted, you know, because like, and I make the point for abortion, but then I'm just like, but at the same time, like, I get the whole that it's a life thing. Like, so I'm not fully against abortion in it, but it's still like, I remember watching it and listening to myself answer. Katie Louise, do you see this?
Yeah, I see it too. What the fuck?
Sorry.
you totally like zone out. You're, no. Wait a minute.
Sorry, guys. I opened an article about Millie Bobby Brown, and Katie's name is here. Anyway, yeah, I just fully disagreed with myself watching it. My point is that kids can be idiots, and like teenagers can just like have these opinions that they think is right just because they heard someone say it and they think it just sounds right, you know?
You can say anything with enough like conviction that you can probably manipulate someone into thinking that you're not full of shit.
Yeah. Which is happening,
especially with kids.
I feel like that's what TikTok and shorts do. I'm not going to go back to complaining about that, but just the idea of like, you have these like zingers, right? A lot of these controversial people have a following because kids think that it sounds true, and like they'll say some really sexist thing, but they'll say it with such confidence, like you say, and conviction, that it just like a 14-year-old would be like, yeah, that makes sense. Women do belong in the kitchen because of what he said. Yeah, it's been going back thousands of years. Like, you know, like so when you have where there's no space to do like full discussions, but just short statements. As you say, if it's just confident, it's kind of like when someone in Twitch chat just says a straight up lie, but it just looks real. That I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. And then someone else comes in and it's like, no, that's not true. Like, that's not how this game mechanic works, you know?
It's also so much more difficult to prove the truth.
Yeah.
Like you can say, like, you can look at flat earth stuff and be like, the poles, you don't understand. Like the poles. Like, have you ever seen them? And then like, and I have to be like, no.
Yeah.
It's like,
because you haven't bothered looking into it. Yeah.
It's like, you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So it's like, so then you have to do like 10 times the amount of work to disprove what they're saying.
Yeah.
So, and they have the liberty to just be like, it's true.
Yeah.
Like, it's true.
Yeah.
The mirrors are all faked.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. We're like, now I have to spend like my entire day disproving, and I'm not going to do that.
No,
Like,
exactly.
no.
It's so much easier for them to just like, nah, it's not real, and you're not going to bother, like, because also they're not going to believe it. It's like that flat Earth. The guys who went out, they spent like a shitload of money on a device that would prove that it's flat, and they looked it up, and then they used it, and it ended up
and
it went going against
disproved
their theory. Yeah, exactly. And so they were like, okay, so this doesn't sound right to me, and they didn't believe it, even though this device they had spent like thousands of. It was just like they spent a lot of money on it, and like it disproved their theory, the flat earthers. And then instead they went two different spaces. I keep seeing shorts about this. They went to two different spaces. So they had one, and they did a board with a hole. And then they went a really far distance and did another board with a hole. And if the Earth is flat, if you just hold a flashlight to the hole, then you should be able to see it looking through the other hole, right? But if it's round, you'd have to raise your arm higher. And he puts it through the hole, and they're like, "We can't see you. We can't see you. Raise your arm." And he raises it, and they can see it, and they're like, "Oh, interesting."
and then they do some more like fucking mental gymnastics to explain why it didn't work, and like,
which is why at the end of the day there's no point for you to Google it.
Exactly, because they're gonna believe what they're gonna believe.
Yeah. No.
And then like they could talk to like literally anybody, like world-renowned fucking physicist or whatever, and be like, well, you don't understand. Like, have you ever seen the pole? Have you seen the axis? You're telling me it spins on an axis? Have you seen them? And they'll be like, well, no, we can't see them because they're like, well, there you go, man.
And that's where you cut the TikTok as well. Just when they go, well, no, cut.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the kids are
comments,
like, well done, got him. Yeah, what a fucking
exactly.
idiot. Yeah, kind of like what you mentioned about that kid who's like, name 10 books. I saw that after you mentioned it.
Yeah.
And I go,
And then everyone, W kid, W kid, W kid.
exactly.
Like,
Because it's just a short clip, and it's like he's not proving anything.
Yeah.
Like it just sounds like he got him, and
yeah.
and then that's
There's
it.
tons of that kind of thing on. Again, let's not spend another episode on TikTok, but people would just be like, like here are 5 things to like eat to get better, like mental health or something, to cure your depression. And be like, apples, oranges, pears, pussy, be like, and then be like, oh, okay, and then like, and now all of a sudden they're like giving out this advice on TikTok for no fucking reason, and it's
Just
all
because
like,
it's become their thing.
yeah, and it's also like easy. It's like this list type of thing. 5 easy ways to cure your cancer, and it's like no. They're like, oh wow, 200,000 views. And it's like super easy.
Yeah.
They do it again. No.
I found her quote, by the way.
Oh yeah, go on.
Just to end that, she said, "So I just started that new show, You. He's not creepy. He's in love with her, and it's okay." By the way, I know everybody is going to say, he's a stalker. Why would you support that? But like, he's in love with her. Just watch the show and don't judge me on my opinion. I think you got a little judged on that one, Millie.
His tweet there is pretty good. Hey, he's a murderer.
Yeah.
There's no more needed there, really. But she's a kid, and I mean, fucking hell, if you had put me on
Instagram.
No, Stranger Things, and then put me on Instagram, who knows what I would have said, honestly.
Yeah, we would probably all have said some cringy stuff.
Yeah, of course. Shall we talk about this?
I really got something loaded up.
EA has been cancelled. No, sorry, E3 has been cancelled. Although, no.
I think EA has been cancelled many times, to be fair.
Yeah, well, it didn't work.
Oh, E3 was cancelled?
Yeah.
Oh.
The show did not garner the sustained interest necessary. Woo!
Why not?
I wonder why, man.
Is E3 still happening? Well, clearly not.
Yeah, no. Did it happen last year?
This is like the biggest thing that nobody in the gaming industry is surprised about.
Yeah, just because...
I'm more surprised that E3 was happening, actually, if anything.
Yeah, me too. Because I know that they've canceled it before.
Yeah.
But this is like do they do it next year, or do they just like completely call it quits?
E3, man, I think I don't think E3 works today, to be honest.
Don't think so either.
This I've been to a couple of them, and back in 2012 I was at one, and it's cool for journalists, and then they opened up, didn't they, to the people, and you get to try stuff, and I was never very interested in that, and that's because like I just hate standing in line to try some game for 15 minutes. It's not even complete.
Fuck that.
And, like,
yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. I just don't think it's the best way of showing games. I mean, all of these companies, it's expensive as well to go there and everything and fly everyone out when they could just do a live stream. They did live streams of them then, to be fair, but you could just do that in your own studio. You don't have to. Yeah. So it makes sense to me, to be honest. Or what do you think?
I mean, what's the one that Jeff Keighley does?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Game Awards.
Game Awards. Yeah.
Well,
People love that.
Yeah, he does 2 a year.
Yeah. There's something else where he shows a ton of games.
Hold on.
Summer Game Fest?
He does, the Summer Game Fest. Game
Gamescom.
Awards is in like November, December. And then he does one in August.
I see Gamescom up there. The thing is, I really like it.
He does a Summer Game Fest in June, where he presents stuff. And then I think he does Gamescom as well. Yeah.
Yeah. But this I like. I mean...
He does it well.
Yeah, obviously he's a fucking pro.
Yeah.
And everybody really likes him. But, like, the thing with E3 is that it makes no fucking sense for any company to host their stuff on there, where it's like E3 branding is like really big, and then they have all these different conferences for like Xbox and Nintendo and Sony, blah, blah, blah. But like for instance, Genshin Impact.
Okay.
When they do their own live stream, they do one like once a month for each of their big updates.
Of course they do. Yeah.
And I mean, those streams get like millions of views probably.
Yeah.
I mean, on Twitch alone for Western audiences, those streams get like, 400,000 viewers maybe.
Yeah.
And then like in China, I can't even imagine. They must shut down the country. Yeah, like,
it's a national
Japan
holiday
as well. It's fucking huge. Like in all of Asia, it must be fucking massive.
Yeah.
And they don't have to wait once a year
No.
for E3 to do it at some
They
point.
can do pre-record it if they want to as well.
They can
don't
do
have-
exactly.
Make
exactly.
it look like it's
And then,
live.
yeah, they don't have to like have a game guy go up there with a controller and like
It's
the
awkward.
Xbox doesn't work.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, whoops, on the Xbox."
It's also what you mentioned about like, do they need the like? It's not like Microsoft is dying
For
to like,
E3
oh,
clout.
please E3, we need that brand.
Yeah.
Like Microsoft has enough outreach themselves to just do something on
Mm-hmm.
their own, and I think that's the problem with it all. The only people for where E3 is worth it are like indie games, and you may as well just for them to they could just. To be honest, I find myself more interested in like indie game announcements these days than like the big brands. And so for these like Summer Games Fest and stuff like that, when they do those trailers, that's the perfect, that's all they need. They just do a trailer and send it, and then people get to see it, and then you add it to your Steam wish list. That's all you need. So yeah, E3, I think it's just a sign of the past, but it's a little sad as well, I think.
But that's what I feel. Like, I'm not saying like we need this, but the idea of all of these different games companies coming together and
For like a
doing one
week
thing,
of announcements.
yeah, is like really cool.
Yeah.
And it's like an entire week where like pretty much the entire gaming community has their eyes on this thing. But that could also just be from our perception. Like there could be, people who are at home console gamers don't give a shit about this.
Don't they?
But if Microsoft do, no way, man. But if like a Microsoft, they have an Xbox, and they're like, they see this, Microsoft Xbox Gaming Live event is happening. Maybe they push it.
I don't know. I think I disagree with that. Why wouldn't a normal console gamer? They know about E3. It'll still be presented as like Xbox conference. It's not going to just say like E3, and they're like, what is this? Like it'll still. Yeah, I don't know if I agree. But you know what I do think. I think we're looking at it in like a lens of nostalgia as well, because something I thought of when we were talking about like a week long, all of these announcements the last few years of E3 always got leaked ahead of time anyway. And that took away the magic of the announcement. Like it was very rare that they'd announce something on the E3 main stage that hadn't already been leaked. That fucking sucked about it. And so I think when you give these companies control themselves to just be like, hey, Wednesday, May 3rd, we're going to come out with a show. We're going to do a show and do some announcements and stuff. Then they're in control of it, Whereas if they were going to be on E3, they'd be like, oh, fuck, we have the game ready and we have to wait a full month. Like, this is totally going to leak.
Yeah.
And then it would leak, So I think it's probably good at the end of the day. But I know what you mean. It's the end of an era.
Yeah, I think so too. Just in terms of the community, I think maybe it's a little bit more of an impact. Like, a place where people go for a full week to like be sweaty neckbeards and like do their gamer thing. It's like there's some kind of like community aspect there. Whereas what we have now is something really soulless, which is like everybody stays home, and which is also good, honestly, like for other reasons. But everyone just like watches it on Twitch. That's it. You don't have any more, like, it's not more interesting than that.
No.
But at the end of the day, the only thing we want to see is the fucking announcements anyway. So it's good.
Yeah.
Because then they don't do like E3 press conference like
That was
after
fun.
everything. I
All
don't
the
think
cringe
so,
that
man.
came out of it. Like the cringe
That's
compilations.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
That is good. You're
I
right.
miss the cringe
But exactly.
compilations.
That's part of the community aspect of it.
It's
And
us
then it's like-
realizing that the community is cringe.
No. But getting those cringe compilations is the community part of it.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So like that, I think, is a real bummer because
Yeah.
you don't. There was some kind of heart in this,
Yeah. There was heart is a good word for it. Soul. Like it just felt nice, I think, compared to just like, hey, here's it's the trailers. Bye. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people prefer that. They just want the trailers and that's it. They don't want the in between stuff.
Yeah, it's a shame it wasn't more of a like Xbox on this day. Xbox will go, and then Sony will go, and then Nintendo will go.
We do our drinking.
That
games.
would be fucking awesome if they just made it one day and all the companies present.
But that's not profitable for any of them. They all want their own time, so that because otherwise, like your game release that you're really hyped about will get overshadowed by Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, that might be another thing, honestly. Like all the Xbox fans go and they're like, "Oh, interesting. Like, look, where's Xbox?" Like, oh, okay, Xbox is doing it on, and like 3 days from now at 3 p.m. Whereas like Sony's doing it right now.
Yeah.
Like I'll check what they're doing. Whoa, oh my god.
Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, they all want their own time where it's like a week free of any other news, so that their game will take up the space of all the news stuff.
Yeah.
Can I segue to something?
No. We're stuck on this forever, man.
What is it about Genshin Impact that you enjoy? And do not come at me with like, what's the genuine enjoyment in this game?
Now we're talking. Honestly,
it looks like shit when I see it. So I'm really curious what it is you like about it.
No. The game does not look like shit.
Show me something good.
That is the one part of the game that is good.
Well, I don't mean the art style. I mean the gameplay.
Oh, well, the gameplay is that you usually
that
see.
sucks.
No. The core gameplay and the combat and stuff is like, it's more interesting because what you don't see is that like, okay, there are like 5 different, or now there are 6, I think. I just assume that there are 5 different like elements that they use. There's like one that's ice, one is fire, one is electricity, one is water, one is earth, one is cum, one is grass, like nature. And all of these like elements, there are different characters that can use them, and you control 4 of them at the same time, and all of those elements interact with each other. So that's what's interesting, like
how
water,
the elements interact.
Yeah, like water and ice freeze people, obviously. Water and fire vaporize people. You know what I mean? So they have their own different interactions in the game, and that's what's really interesting about it.
Enough to play it hundreds of hours.
Yeah. The thing is, I
feel like there's something I'm missing on that. Like, because what you just explained sounds interesting, but like, where does that enjoyment come in? That makes you. What is it that pulls you in that much? Yeah.
Now the only reason I play it is because I've been playing it so fucking long.
That's really depressing.
Yeah. The thing is, they're releasing a different game that's called Zenless Zone Zero.
Okay.
And that's like only instanced combat.
What's instance?
Like in World of Warcraft, when you go into a dungeon, it's its own instance in the game.
Okay, yeah.
So Genshin is a open world game. And in the beginning, it was really, really good for new players, because it was like, now, the way I play the game now is that there is no challenge for me in the game. Like, I'm not like
You're
a god gamer. No, I'm really not. I'm just a normal, or I'm not, like, obviously, like, guys like me and Stefan read a lot. If we really like a game, we read into it a ton.
Yeah.
And like always play the meta, so we do the most amount of damage.
Yeah.
And then, but so if you're like that, you play the game and you one shot everything you see. There's no challenge in the game.
So why the hell are you still playing?
Because I've been playing it so long. I can't.
Is it because you've been playing it so long, or have you invested money in it? Because I know that you can spend a shitload of money in it. Is that part of it as well?
No, I've maybe spent
$3,000,
$50.
Oh,
maybe $50
over a few years.
Yeah,
3 years, maybe. Yeah.
2.5,
Yeah, that's not
2.5
bad at all.
years.
That's fine. Yeah.
maybe 3 years. Yeah, maybe 3 years.
Uh.
Yeah, I mean, I've for what I've spent in the game, I've gotten like way more
Yeah.
than I paid for.
Yeah, I mean, you could have said
But-
$2,000 and I wouldn't have been surprised because I know that these games can really
God.
pull you in, you know?
Yeah. But now they don't make harder content in their game because they don't want to contribute to the anxiety. This is literally like what they say, by the way.
Okay.
They don't want to contribute like any anxiety for other players who already think the game is hard.
And
So,
you
like-
and Stefan are really mad about this, I imagine. I mean, I
Yeah,
would
obviously.
be. Yeah,
Obviously. It's like we're also a part of the demographic who wants like a tougher challenge in the game, but don't get it because of like the main demographic of the game are just people who are like
Casuals.
into the waifus.
Yeah, so they're making
And
their money from those
husbandos.
guys as well, I imagine. And they don't
Oh
want to scare
my
them
god,
off.
they make so much fucking money from these dipshits, dude. It's insane. I was you have to run around in the world to collect like flowers, for instance. To level up your characters.
Okay.
So I suck my world dry of these flowers, and then I go into someone else's world, and I'm like running around sucking their flowers up.
You're stealing
they're
their
like-
flowers.
Yeah, but they're like, it's okay, but like as long as you help me with something. And I go, okay. And then like I take their flowers, and then I'm like, okay, what do you need help with? And they're like, I need help with this boss. And then I go there, I obviously one-shot it, and they're like, wow, oh my god, like, what? No way. Like, how much did you spend? And I'm like, it's so easy. So there is something in me that's waiting to quit the game.
Are you
Like
sure you're not underestimating yourself, though?
No, I'm not. I
Or
promise.
not
you I'm
underestimating, but underselling yourself.
I promise you, I'm not.
No?
The game is so completely fucking brain dead easy.
And what's
like-
gonna take you away from it? Another game. Their next gacha game. You switch.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. 'Cause I'm hoping they make another game that's like
For you.
Also, the game also runs so well. I've never had any like disconnect or any like rubber banding or like I played obviously this is a totally fucking different kind of game. I played the Diablo 4 beta. Oh, Diablo 4 is gonna make me quit it. Hopefully, I'm hoping.
Yeah. How'd you get into the beta? How long did you wait?
It was open.
The open beta, yeah, but how long was the queue?
I downloaded the game, and then as soon as it went open, I pushed play. I was in queue for 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, you were on it then.
I was on it, baby. I was
And then
right,
it crashed,
on it, baby. And then maybe like an hour of gameplay, and then it disconnected me, and I was waiting, and then had to close the game, relaunch, 70-minute queue. Then I got in.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
But it was fine. But a game like that beta was like so brutal. It was like when you ever go into like a city to the open world, to the outer world, you rubber band like crazy. Like you're running for like 20 seconds, just like stuttering back and forth.
And
like,
that's because
then
it's online.
puts you back in the city.
Right? You have online connections.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Isn't
So
that fucked up,
that's
though?
crazy.
Isn't that fucked up that we have come to the point where we now... I remember a time when we were like, why the fuck are these single-player games connected to the servers? I would just want to play this. Isn't it fucked up that people just accept that now? Like, I know that Diablo 4, you can do it online. You can play with 4 people or whatever. But if you want to play it alone, why the fuck are you going around lagging because of the servers? You shouldn't have to be connected to the servers. Or am I missing something? Is there a store or something that's doing it?
Honestly, man, it's because of Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like live service games are now...
Standard.
They've proven to be so profitable and so like huge that every single game is trying to get in on that live service shit.
Can you
A game
buy
like
clothes
Overwatch,
in
I
Diablo 4?
understand, and, like
Can you buy stuff?
probably,
Yeah.
probably.
Don't
We'll
they have like
see
a
how-
live market or something? They have...
No, I don't think so. They had it in Diablo 3.
Yeah. Surely they'll have something like that.
Maybe. Well, I don't think they've revealed to us just yet how
How much they're gonna fuck you in the
predatory.
ass.
Yeah, exactly. They're sort of hiding their dicks from us
Yeah.
at this point, and like
It's under the
as soon
table
as we're in,
approaching.
they're like, Yeah, they're like, okay, we're like, okay, come into the game, guys. Like, and then they fucking whip it out, stick it up us.
Yeah. I mean, because I imagine like if I were to play the new Star Wars that's coming, and it's like servers are dying and there's too many people playing, like, I'd be like, what? Like, this is a single player game. Why? And I get that Diablo 4 again has multiplayer stuff, but if you're playing it alone, I'd be a little like, why can't I just play this on my computer? Why do I have to like get disconnected from me just playing alone here?
Yeah, unless there's like you said, store.
Yeah, it's literally
like
just
Assassin's
numbers
Creed.
changing, crashing.
Exactly.
The server.
Yeah, like Assassin's Creed is a single player game.
Yeah.
There's no the new one, Valhalla. There's no multiplayer, as far as I'm aware.
I don't
There's no
think
co-op, no multiplayer, but there's always access to a store. So like, if their servers are fucked, they don't want you playing the game.
Yeah,
That's what I would assume.
Yeah.
I would assume. I don't know if that's the case.
yeah, but it's at the point now where you wouldn't be surprised, basically, if it's
No.
like servers are down. Sorry, your store's not working. You can't
Yeah.
play.
Like, but I downloaded the game on, it's like 90 gigabytes on my
Yeah.
fucking computer. Like, I
Exactly.
should be able to play.
Yeah.
Sorry, but like the battle pass, some people want to do the battle pass.
Yeah.
And if you're not getting like experience for battle pass,
But
we
you
have
make
to take
fun
down
of
the
it.
entire game.
But to me, that's what Diablo 4 is doing. Unless there's some like area you can go to where everybody's running around. It must be something
Yeah, there
like
is.
that.
There is.
That'll
There
be
is.
it then. But
There
you'd
are,
think
like,
that would be
12
like,
people in a-
yeah, they want it to be flawless, don't they? So that you're just connected all the time.
Uh-huh.
Still, man, it's bullshit. You know what it probably is
Yeah, there
also?
should be an offline mode.
It's harder to cheat, I imagine, and get good
Yeah,
weapons
yeah.
and stuff. If there's an online, they need you connected all the time so they can make sure you're not cheating.
Yeah, there was an exploit already in the beta. Like, you go run this special dungeon, you can only run it once. But then if you teleport out and then teleport back
You
to that
redo
place,
it,
you can do it again and get
More
the same
screwed.
amount of like. So yeah, so people were already like
They want to
in
be
a
able to see
beta.
what you're doing and revert that and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
There should still
And if
be
you
an
do-
option.
Yeah.
There should be an option to just say, I'm playing alone. I don't want multiple. I just want to play on my own, you know? If anything, that would help because their servers would get a load off of them and only have people who actually want the online stuff. But someone in the comments is going to be like, Theo, you missed the fact that this, you know, so whatever. But to me, I think it's interesting how we've just kind of, how many of these games are just like, the server's down. Like, can't play.
Yeah, unless it's like some games are still doing it right. You know what I mean? Like, and for some reason, people would just never learn. Like Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Have you played it?
No, I watched you play it a little bit, and then I watched Sammy play it as well. And it was really interesting watching him play it because he had never of all the Resident Evil games, the one game he hasn't played is Resident Evil 4. Oh. So it's like
You have to play it for the first time.
in a way it's like, oh, you're seeing this, like he played a little bit and then he stopped, but it's like, wow, you really get this experience for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's like but then I realized that it was different as well. It was a remake done really well. So they're adding new things to it. There are more like mechanics and systems and stuff that are like they add to the game that aren't in the old game. So I was like, and also even like different areas and sections maybe.
They expanded on some stuff, yeah.
Exactly. So when I saw that, I was like, maybe I'm going to stop watching people play this and wait.
Oh yeah. It's
and just play it on my own.
if there's one game to play this year, it's that one. I mean, I think because like
GENSHIN Impact.
it's like a 10 out of 10 remake.
That's exactly how they should be fucking doing this shit now.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of seeing like remaster, and it's just like they make it 1080,
Yeah.
you know, and like,
Yeah.
oh, that's
They've,
it, huh?
they've done some sort of like AI, like just like retexturing. you know?
yes.
Yeah.
And then it's like put it up there for $70,
Yeah.
man, and like just
That's what I
fucking reap the
said.
benefits.
I said that like to me, Dead Space and Resident Evil 4 are like that's how you should do it. It's done so.
Oh yeah, Dead Space did it well.
Yeah. It's done so well, and like it's honestly a 10 out of 10. I had no complaint. They did so well with Resident Evil 4. Do you remember when we used to play as kids? And I have a memory.
Memories of my life.
What?
They're some of the best memories of my life.
Of course, yeah. And I have a memory, and I want to see if I've made that up or if you remember this. I remember memory of us being in a room, hearing the breather from like the regenerator or whatever,
Yeah.
that guy, yeah. And we were too scared to move forward.
To play.
Yeah. And did we give the controller to your brother?
No. Your brother.
Was it my brother? I have a memory of us giving it to one of our brothers. I thought it was yours. Or maybe they came in and made fun of us or something. Like, I have a memory.
Yeah, yes. No, it was your brother came in and made fun of us. It was at your summer house.
I could have sworn it was your brother.
My brother is a real like flamer.
I feel like it's your brother. It's more a your brother thing to do that.
But my brother would come in and do an impression of us.
Yeah, I had a memory of that.
I have a memory of your brother.
Maybe they
go
both
walking in and then like maybe and coming in. We're in your old room in your summer house, and he slept in the little like closet opposite side. Do you know what I mean? There was a bed.
Yeah. In the first summer house that we had.
No, second.
Oh, no.
No, the second.
Yeah, we didn't have them simultaneously, by the way, just in case someone's like, wow.
Yeah.
Still
it's
great,
the one
but yeah.
it's the one in the sunroom. You know what I mean? There's a sunroom with all those windows.
Oh, that little cubby. Yeah.
The little he slept there, and that's the opposite side of your bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a door from your bedroom to that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 doors in your bedroom. And he came in and he was like, you guys are really screaming. And you were like, oh, sorry, we'll keep it down. And he was like, no, it's fine. And then he went to sleep.
Oh.
That is the memory I have.
Yeah. Well, either way, we both have some lovely memories of it. It doesn't really matter which one's true.
Yeah. And I remember there's a part when you're in like a dungeon. And there's like a key or something resting on like behind one of these guys who has like the 2 claws.
Yeah, the blind guy.
Yeah, and he's like strung up like this, and then you have to go and take it from him. Mm-hmm. And then once you take it from him, he breaks loose. And then we pause. Of course, we pause the game and like scream, and we're deciding who's supposed to play.
Well, beautiful memories.
Really
and
good times.
It's around the time that the origin of COLDERMILK is from.
Yeah, a little bit. But
I
actually remember exactly. We have said it before.
No, we haven't. Nobody knows.
Well,
Nobody knows the origin of our channel, COLDERMILK. People always asked, and we always said we'd say it one day. We never did.
I can't tell if you're doing a thing. Like,
I'm not doing a thing. Nobody. When this podcast came out, someone was like, "On this podcast?"
No, on 43 podcast. There's an episode where you guessed.
What did I guess?
No, guessed.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, yeah. Fuck it. Well, in that case, some people.
In that case, you say I remember exactly what section of the game we were on when you said it. We were doing the dogs area in the garden with Ada. When just before you meet Ada for the first time, there's like a section in a garden with these dogs. It's like a maze. That section, that's exactly where we were playing once we went upstairs with our snacks.
And our COLDERMILK.
Yeah.
It was our cold milk. When we thought of the channel name, we wanted the idea was cold milk, because whenever I visited Richard, his mom would give us some chocolate cake and some glasses of milk. And I always thought that the milk was really nice and really, really cold. Your fridge must have been colder than my family's fridge. It must just have been that. Like, I always thought it was just really cold. I'd be like, this is such good cold milk. And so when we were going to do our gaming channel, which is now called COLDERMILK, we first looked at cold milk, and I think we couldn't find it was taken or something. And then we went with, what about COLDERMILK? And that's just the origin, because of these memories of me coming over and us playing games. And I always just really liked that, the milk, and we joked about it.
I think it's a good name purely because of what memory it represents.
Yeah.
But surely we could have come up with something better.
No, it's the best name, dude. The best channel names are the names that are personal but can become their own brand name.
I guess. It's just that I don't like milk.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't represent milk.
I guess so.
It represents our childhood, Richard.
Exactly. That is why I like it.
Yeah. But like, my point is, like, when I hear COLDERMILK, I don't even think of milk. My head doesn't even think of milk. It's just a name now. You know what I mean? Like, if your child, if I named my child Freedom, you'd at first be like, oh, freedom. And then 3 years down the line, all you'd think about is that my son. then you wouldn't even think about the word
Yeah,
freedom.
maybe. Yeah.
You'd be like, freedom, come here, like you'd make it you'd spin it into your own thing, and like,
Maybe you're honestly probably right. Just because now I could hear COLDERMILK and be like, it's it's totally disassociated from anything milk related.
Exactly.
It's just like COLDERMILK.
No.
It's like, well, that's the story. It was not very exciting, and you forgot that we even have spoken about that before.
we had to retell it.
Yeah. For this, I agree. We had to, but don't even. We mentioned it in the very first episode of the Pact.
No, we don't. No, we didn't.
Sure.
Yeah, 100% we didn't do that. No, 100%.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
The people in the comments will be like, thanks for finally saying. It was kind of an anticlimactic way, but now we know. I'm telling you, man,
Yeah.
they're going to be like, what? They just casually? What is this? Yeah.
Okay. Well, it could have been. We could have done it something related to Resident Evil. Honestly, like,
To me, this is related to
what
it,
if?
though.
Yeah, I agree. But what if we were just El Gigante? Come
Problem
on.
with that is I think of my old retail store, El Giganten. That's
Oh,
referencing El Gigante.
True.
in a way. So, yeah, it's
yeah.
the giant,
You think that's where they got the name from?
Yeah. Are you serious, or was that a joke?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I think this like Swedish fucking electronics store was playing.
Well,
some
actually,
CEO played Resident Evil. And I was like, "Whoa!"
oh,
El
you mean
Gigante.
Resident Evil? Oh, I see. Yeah. No, I mean like El Giganten means electricity giant. so-
Electric giant.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not named after the Spanish El Gigante.
Yeah, enemy from. That's what I'm saying.
I was not on the same wavelength as you.
No.
It's
Have you? Go on.
No, please, you go on.
No, I just thought we would end on something. Have you ever seen the Path of Exile? You know what Path of Exile is?
Yeah, PoE. Yeah,
Yeah. Have you ever seen anything from the game?
a little bit. Yeah, I've seen some.
Have you ever seen the passive skill tree?
No. Why
Okay.
is it insane?
Let me just see here. I don't share anything super sensitive. You can edit it as well.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's easy.
Let me show you my screen. Where is it? Here. Let's share with you this. I thought it'd be fun too, because it's not going to be a super long thing, but might be fun to end on. You
Oh,
see
you're
this?
sharing a screen. I was looking at fucking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
You see- So, a really big criticism of Diablo 4 was that there wasn't a lot of they wanted a bigger skill tree.
Okay.
So like more abilities and more like fun stuff to do to make your character your own. And those criticisms were valid, I think.
Well, was that about Diablo 4 or Diablo 3?
Diablo 4.
Okay.
And it just made me think of this the passive skill tree. So these are passive skills in
Yeah, it's
PoE.
to do with like percentages and stuff.
Exactly. You're like, see, look here.
Yeah.
14
exactly.
to maximum energy shield,
Yeah.
and blah, blah, blah. 12%
Classic
increased spell
stuff.
damage. Yeah. And one of the reactions of people when they first load this up is like, okay, here's the skill tree. You look a little bit here. Okay, it goes up a little bit, It's like, it's pretty big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is
And
nice.
this is nice. This is a lot of skills. There's really
I would think it
okay.
ends around here.
Yeah. Oh, and it kind of does. It does. But then you zoom out. It's fully zoomed out.
What the fuck is this?
And this is why
How are you even meant to manage this? What was that bottom left? Go bottom left. Are they separate trees? Oh, you could do separate things there as well. Okay, yeah.
There's jewel sockets
Okay, yeah.
and there's other stuff here. Here, large jewel socket.
Okay.
Tribal fury. And
How do you even plan
How
to
do you
get
even know
to
that
some
you're
of these things? Like,
yeah, or how do you even know that you're supposed to have this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to a Path of Exile player, this is obvious.
yeah.
So
Have
you
they
just go-
memorized this? There must be like a system to it. This is insane.
When it first dropped, one of the things that they say about this game is that you should like you should play through it once on the character that you want to play, and then delete that character and start again. Because you could not refund these ability points. You put them in and you can't refund it. I think you get one free one now, or maybe 2 free full refunds now.
Wow.
But if you mess up, like you go a direction you're not supposed to go, you're just like, your entire character is dead now.
Or you like mistake it. You're like, I thought it's like a map, you know, and you take the wrong road. And you're like, oh shit, like this is gonna take me 4 times as long.
Yeah.
To get to where I wanted to get.
But then you just have to delete your character.
That's insane.
You've wasted your points.
No wonder that people
that you're
have
not supposed to have
years of their lives in these games. How the hell are you meant to? Wow. I mean, it's a job.
It's really fucking crazy.
Hey, fun
It's
for
really
streamers though. Streamers who play it, so much to do.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you really love the game, this is perfect for you.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
like-
That's what I mean. Like, the end game is so far, I imagine.
So I support it.
Yeah.
But it's just a
Same.
funny contrast to people who really want more of this stuff, and then the people who play this game and then they push that, open up the that like menu, and zoom out and see how much there is, and they quit the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm not going to spend this much time learning this.
Exactly. It's too far away for me to get excited about. There's like a middle ground I need to reach, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
wanted to offer a little perspective on that.
I like that. I like that a lot. Nice.
Cool, man. You're happy?
Oh yeah, that was my outro.
Yeah. Good. Do it, man. End it.